Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother with Letters on the Mother. Part 2, Letters on the Mother. Chapter 1, The Mother and the Purpose of Her Embodiment. The sadhak is starting his questions addressing Sri Aurobindo and is asking, who is the mother? Do you not refer to the mother, our mother, in your book, The Mother? For that Sri Aurobindo says, yes. The sadhak asks, is she not the individual divine mother who has embodied the power of these two vaster ways of her existence, transcendent and universal? Sri Aurobindo answers, yes. Has she not descended here amongst us into the darkness and falsehood and error and death in her deep and great love for us? Sri Aurobindo again says, yes. These questions were asked by the sadhak on 17th of August 1938. And the sadhak continues to ask, there are many who hold the view that she was human but now embodies the Divine Mother, and her prayers, they say, explain this view. But to my mental conception, to my psychic feeling, she is the Divine Mother who has consented to put on her the cloak of obscurity and suffering and ignorance, so that she can effectively lead us, human beings, to knowledge and bliss and ananda and to the Supreme Lord. Then our Lord Sri Aurobindo answers, the divine puts on an appearance of humanity, assumes the outward human nature in order to tread the path and show it to human beings, but does not cease to be the divine. It is a manifestation that takes place, a manifestation of a growing divine consciousness, not human turning into divine. The mother was inwardly above the human even in childhood, so the view held by many is erroneous. Again, the sadhak continues, I also conceive that the mother's prayers are meant to show us, the aspiring psychic, how to pray to the divine. Sri Aurobindo answers, yes. The second topic, the mother's manifestation and the supramental descent. One sadhak is asking Sri Aurobindo, is there any difference between the mother's manifestation and the descent of the supramental? Sri Aurobindo says, the mother comes in order to bring down the supramental, and it is the descent which makes her full manifestation here possible. Dated 23rd September 1935. The other question put by the sadhak was, the mother does not work on the sadhak directly from her own plane above, though she can do so if she wants to. She can even supramentalize the world in a day, but in that case the supramental nature created here would be the same as it is above, and not the earth in ignorance evolving into the supramental earth, a manifestation which will not be in appearance quite the same as what the supermind is. For that Sri Aurobindo says, that is a very important truth. This was asked on 17th June 1935. Next topic, purpose of the mother's embodiment. A question is asked by a sadhak on 13th of August 1933. Am I right in thinking that She, as an individual, embodies all the divine powers and brings down the grace more and more to the physical plane, and her embodiment is a chance for the entire physical consciousness to change and be transformed? Sri Aurobindo answers, yes. Her embodiment is a chance for the earth consciousness to receive the supramental into it and to undergo first the transformation necessary for that to be possible. Afterwards, there will be a further transformation by the supramental, but the whole earth consciousness will not be supramentalized. There will be first a new race representing the supermind as man represents the mind. There is one divine force which acts in the universe and in the individual and is also beyond the individual and the universe. The mother stands for all these, but she is working here in the body to bring down something not yet expressed in this material world so as to transform life here. It is so that you should regard her as the divine Shakti working here for that purpose. She is that in the body, but in her whole consciousness, she is also identified with all the other aspects of the divine. In this, Sri Aurobindo continues to say, there are not many mothers, there is one in many forms. The transcendental is only one aspect of the mother. I don't know what is meant by the embodied aspect of the transcendental mother. There is the embodied aspect of one mother. What she manifests through it depends on herself. These words were spoken on 7th July 1936. One sadhak is asking a question to Lord. Why does the mother in her universal action act according to the law of things, but in her embodied physical by constant grace? Sri Aurobindo says, it is the work of the cosmic power to maintain the cosmos and the law of the cosmos. The greater transformation comes from the transcendent above the universal, and it is that transcendent grace which the embodiment of the mother is there to bring into action. Dated 13th August 1933. Another question to the Lord was, what would you say about the utility of the physical approach to the mother? Sri Aurobindo says, there is the utility of the physical approach to the mother, the approach of the embodied mind and vital to her embodied power. In her universal action, the mother acts according to the law of things. In her embodied physical action is the opportunity of a constant grace. It is for that the embodiment takes place. This was spoken on 12th August 1933.